Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, man, I'm gonna show you here. We got a gas car rear end. I'm gonna show you how it works and what are the functions of it and what does what. I know everybody's curious, man, how does the rear end shift gears? How does it know what to do? Well, we're gonna show you here today. Stand the rear end up. Tear it apart. All right, I got all my bolts out. I'm gonna take it here and break the rear end loose. Don't think they're all that easy, because they ain't all that easy. Trust me. All right, I'll show you here. Now, if you look at it here, you got your output gear. You got your governor gear here. Show the governor gear there. You see, your governor gear is plastic, the white plastic. And the way it operates, man, this is your input shaft for your clutch. When you spin like this here, you see how the fingers come out the top of it? And that's what slows it down. All right, change direction like this. All right, now watch this gear here. This is your output gear. This is what's gonna change direction here. All right, you can see, going that way. I'm gonna go down with the gear.
It closes.
Yeah, and you can see, get in there. Look in there. Let me take it out and show it to them. You can see how it shifts gears, man. It actually shifts up. This is why you have to spin the rear end. Actually turn the motor sometimes to get it to lock in, because a lot of people complain that you got to move the car to get it to go in gear so it pops in the gear. Well, if you look at it, you can see it here has got holes in it. And you'll see this plate here has got holes, it's got nipples on it. So when it goes up there, it don't lock in. But until you hit the gas and spin, so watch here, when you hit the gas and spin, it locks in the gear. And that's what locks the gear in and gets it to go a different direction. And a lot of people complain, man, well, why's it got to pop to go in gear? That's because this is not lined up. It takes movement in order to move it. I'm gonna put the output gear back in and show you how it actually works. What actually locks it into a neutral, excuse me, what locks it into forward and reverse. What do you think it is, Travis? Actually locks it in gear. What do you think?
It's that damn, the nipples, right?
Yeah, it's a nipple, and it's a what else? You might not know. I might not have told you that.
I know the nipple has something to do with it.
Yeah. But what, a spring and what? But I'm gonna show you what locks it in gear. You look right here. This here is what locks it in the gear. This is your bolt for this. Now you got your spring here.
Oh, that is right.
Yeah.
The spring in the bolt.
Spring in the ball.
The ball right there. The
Yep.
bearing ball.
Yep. Now what happens? Let me get there. Now see, whoever would have thought that this here is what locks your rear end into gear.
Yeah, I ain't know that.
And the way it works, man, if you look at it, you got this bolt here like this. Then you have this bearing, all right, like a ball bearing. And what it does, when you're going in and out the shaft like this, you're going in and out, this bearing presses like this. The bearing actually locks into one of these holes, like bam. See it's cut out?
I was wondering what that was for.
Yep, and that's actually what locks in the gear. So it ain't too hard. The spring allows you to, when you shift, it pushes the spring, compresses the spring. It takes the ball bearing like this and presses like that and allows you to go up and down the shaft. And then when you get into a gear you want, it puts tension back on it and locks it in like that. All right?
Dang.
It's something that simple, ain't it?
Yeah, but remember that one time we had one of those bent?
Yep. Oh yeah, we had a club car that did. We changed the high-speed gears in, and this here bent a little bit. And man, it took us, man, don't even give it. It took forever. It seemed like we got it fixed though about 200 days later. It seemed like. So I'm gonna put it, when you put it back together, you put, like I said, you put it in your forward and reverse. Pop it back in here. You golf cart whisperer senior, buddy. Nah, my dad was an electrician.
Damn ancestor.
Yeah, my dad was an electrician. All right, now watch this here. You can see here when you go in gear. Now look at it. Watch it here. Watch this. I'm gonna show this to you here. Now look at it. See there? Now look, that's without the bearing and the spring in place. See how this keeps falling down? Now let's try it with this. let's put the spring back in the bearing. So if you ever got a problem with it not going into forward or not going into reverse, don't never think that it's internal. All right, it's always gonna be your cable. Now, if it's locked into one direction, like the rear end behind us is, and you can see on this rear end here, I'll show this to you. Look here. You can see this rear end here. This is one. If you look at it, the snap ring. There's two I've seen break. The snap ring on here broke. So it allows a play like that. And what it does, it actually locks up the reverse gear. You can see that's your forward gear, spins free. This is your reverse. It's locked up on here. Like locked up.
So this is like that one we did last time. We had to heat it up.
Yeah, get it off, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All right, now I'm putting this back on now. And we're gonna see if it holds it up. Tighten it up. I'm gonna snuggle in my hand. What is that? Go here. It's a 14 millimeter. All right, and look at it. It's already staying up by itself already. All right, now watch. See, it ain't. See, now you got to force it in to get it to turn. All right, so we know that's doing it now. It's working, but that's why you have to have that. Get it going. Just all right. Like I said, now let's put output gear. Let's show them how it worked one last time. I think at the beginning I didn't have this in. All right, so we're gonna go. Let's go clockwise. We're going clockwise. What direction is that going? Clockwise. All right, we're gonna shift gears.
So now it's going counter. There it goes.
See it? And all it's doing really, man, is taking this gear here. If it's this direction here, like this, and then there, yep. You just turning that there. It's like this. Allow this free wheel. This here. I think, and one thing about the rear, man, the rear ends are pretty good here. They're pretty sturdy.
How many?
Try showing that right there. Now watch the governor as I give some gas. See how it come out like that? I'm gonna do it slow. Now if you look at that shaft that I just pointed to, what happens is that folds over on top of the governor gear. And then with the weights push out, it pushes the governor up. And when it pushes the governor up, it allows the spring on the throttle cable to tension back up. And as it does that, your car slows down. That's why if you get one of the surges where the governor kicks on and off, it's just that weight kicking off and on. That's what causes the surge. Gears pretty much. Inside the club cars are all electronic rear ends.
Because normally like a...
Watch it, I'm going to show you right here too. Let's see. And this is going to be... Let me get this in there. I'm going to show you now. And you'll see it better when I put this gear here and here. This is actually the gear that allows it to change reverse and forward here. All right, this is your forward and reverse gear. This is actually the one that allows it to read reverse. Let's see. Now watch it there. So I'm going clockwise. You can see we're going clockwise. Shift, go down shift. And you see it change direction. Go clockwise again. You can see it's going that way. And then when I go down here, it acts this freewheels, but this here, all right. This freewheels here, and then now I got the bottom gear engaged, so it's turning this, therefore turning the input shaft. Watch it. It. And I go like that. And you actually pull it off this from here. That's freewheeling. So that's how you got forward and reverse, man. Under load, it's going to take the least passive resistance. Right. Now, always remember, too, on this rear end, man, if one brake drum strips, that axle can't turn that brake drum to spin the wheel. So what happens is the cart won't move. You would think the rear end stripped out, but it's nothing but a brake drum because the axle is made out of a harder material than brake drum is. So after a period of time of going forward and reverse, once a year, you're supposed to go back and tighten your brake drums up to prevent it from happening. If you don't, then you will have a stripped brake drum. But remember now, if you're tightening your brake drums up on your axle, always remember to never go backwards. If you tighten it up, go forward until you get to the next hole, because if you back it up, you allow a little bit of play in the washer, and then before you know it, your brake drum stripped. But all right, man, there you go. I just want to explain to you how a rear end works. Watch another one of my videos. I have over 28 years of experience. If you have a problem with a car not running, reach out to me. We'll get it running. Always watch another video, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and remember one thing, man. Hey, hey, hey.